If you're moving to Austin this year, the biggest question is not going to be which neighborhood should you move to. It's whether you should rent first or just buy a place immediately. And I'm going to give you the answer that most real estate agents won't. It depends on how certain you are, not how much money you make. Austin's long-term growth story is still very real. Companies are expanding, jobs are coming in, people are still moving here. But that macro story does not protect you from a micro mistake. You can move to a booming city and still buy the wrong house on the wrong street for the wrong commute. And that's where people get burned. I'm Amber Haley. I am your Austin Real Estate Connector, and I work with high-earning tech pros relocating to Austin. I help them make the housing decisions that are best for them based on the structure they need in their lives, not just pressure. So let's talk through this like adults. If you know your job is stable, you're confident you'll be here at least 3 to 5 years, and you've got real reserves after closing, buying can absolutely make sense, especially if you're coming for Apple, Tesla, Oracle, or a well-funded startup with a durable footprint here. Austin isn't some experimental market anymore. But here's the part that people gloss over. Property taxes in Texas are real, okay? On a mid $400,000 home in Austin, you could easily be paying $700 to $800 per month just in property taxes before your mortgage and insurance even show up. So when I say you understand property taxes, I mean you've actually run that number and it doesn't scare you. If you already know you want walkable East Austin, or you're really committed to a master planned neighborhood, or you care very deeply about a specific school zone, that matters too. Buying can reduce friction there. You can lock it in, move forward. But now let's talk about when renting might be smarter. And this is where people need to just kind of calm down a little bit, because if you've never lived here and you're not totally sure how often you're going to be in the office and you're still deciding between neighborhoods that feel wildly different, renting first is not a weakness. It is a very smart strategy. East Austin does not feel like Circle C. Westlake does not feel like Del Valley. Northwest near Apple feels completely different from Southeast near Tesla. Austin's tech map is pretty spread out. Apple in the Domain cluster Northwest, Tesla is East and Southeast, Oracle sits near downtown, startups are everywhere. You don't really understand that until you've lived it. So here's the financial reality that nobody really wants to admit. If you buy a $750,000 house and sell it in 2 years, you could easily burn $50,000 or more between commissions, closing costs, and concessions. And that's real money, okay? If you rent for $3,500 to $4,000 a month for a year, yes, that is $48,000 in rent. But both paths burn money. The difference is this. Rent buys you information and optionality, but selling too fast just pays for past uncertainty. And in many Austin neighborhoods right now, owning can run 30% or more higher per month than renting the same home once you factor in taxes, insurance, and maintenance. That gap matters if you're still figuring things out. Now let's talk commute, because this is where relocation regret usually starts. Before you buy anything here, do some drives. Drive it at 5 a.m. on a weekday, at 8 a.m. on a weekday, drive it again at 5 p.m., and then do your Saturday errands loop. Austin feels very different in motion than it does when you're scrolling on Zillow or Redfin. If you work near Apple or the Domain and you buy far south because you liked the square footage, you'll feel that decision 5 days a week on the road. If you're relocating for Tesla and you decide to live Northwest for prestige, that 30 to 35-minute rush hour drive is gonna get old fast. Commute stress compounds over time, trust me. And here's the 2026 factor that people are underestimating. Rates move. If mortgage rates shift even 1%, your buying power can swing by tens of thousands of dollars. In a city where ownership already costs meaningfully more per month than renting in many areas, locking in the wrong payment because you felt urgency is riskier than taking 6 months or so to learn the map. A lot of people move here from California, from New York, Seattle, Colorado. They look at Austin prices and think, oh my goodness, this is so cheap. But cheap compared to San Francisco does not automatically mean smart for your decision. Stability comes from certainty, not just ownership. And the people who slow down enough to understand school boundaries, floodplains, tax districts, and commute patterns usually end up happier than the ones who lock something down their very first weekend here. So here's the clean summary. Buy if your job is stable, your reserves are very strong, you understand the map, and you plan to stay at least 3 to 5 years. Rent first if your commute's a little fuzzy still, your neighborhood preference is unclear, your comp structure feels volatile, or you just need time to build liquidity and learn the city. Neither choice is weak. The weak move is pretending you're certain when you're not. And if you're moving to Austin in the next 6 months, drop in the comments and tell me what you're coming to Austin for. Let me know. Are you working for Apple, Tesla, Oracle, a startup? Are you remote? Are you just moving here for fun, for the lifestyle? I can't wait to see you in Austin. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I post new videos for you every week. See you on the next one.